Hello, little dreamers. Have you ever wondered how a tiny, clever rabbit can outwit a mighty lion? Tonight, let's journey into the Whispering Forest, a magical place where bravery isn't about size but about heart and wit. Get comfy, close your eyes, and let's begin. The tale of Rumi the Rabbit and the Roaring King. Adapted from the Myanmar folktale The Clever Rabbit and the Lion. In a faraway land, hidden under the golden light of the sun and the silvery glow of the moon, lay the Whispering Forest. It was a place of wonder, where flowers sang softly to the breeze, and the trees swayed to the music of the stars. The animals here lived peacefully, playing by streams, under wide skies, and beneath glowing mushrooms. But peace in the forest was shattered when Goro the lion arrived. Goro was enormous, with a golden mane that shimmered like fire and a roar that echoed through the hills. He declared himself the king of the forest and demanded respect from all its creatures. But Goro's idea of respect was very different. He ordered that one animal be sent to him as his meal each day, or he would come out and hunt them all himself. The animals were terrified. They hid in burrows, behind rocks, and in the thickest trees. No one dared to challenge Goro, for he was too big, too strong, and too loud. Among the animals lived a little rabbit named Rumi. His fur was soft as clouds, and his eyes sparkled like the first drops of morning dew. While others hid in fear, Rumi stayed calm. He wasn't the strongest or the fastest, but Rumi had something special. He was clever. One morning, the animals gathered in a secret meadow to discuss how to handle Goro. "We can't go on like this," said Sia the squirrel, wringing her tiny hands. "But what can we do?" "He's a lion," cried Bora the deer. Everyone looked down in despair, except Rumi. He hopped forward and said, "Let me go to Goro today. I think I can trick him." The animals gasped. "Rumi, no. He'll eat you in one bite." But Rumi only smiled. "Trust me. I have a plan." With a twinkle in his eye, Rumi set off toward Goro's lair. He didn't rush. Instead, he stopped to admire the sunlight filtering through the leaves, the butterflies dancing over wildflowers, and the way the stream whispered secrets as it flowed. Rumi knew that courage wasn't about fighting, it was about thinking. Finally, he reached the edge of Goro's cave. It was dark and damp, with claw marks etched into the rocks. Inside, Goro was pacing. "You're late," the lion roared when he saw Rumi. His voice shook the ground. Rumi bowed low. "I'm so sorry, Your Majesty. I was on my way here when I was stopped by another lion. He claimed to be the true king of the forest and said I should serve him instead." Goro's golden eyes narrowed. "Another lion? In my forest? Impossible." Rumi nodded earnestly. "Oh, but he was very fierce, even bigger than you. He said you were just pretending to be king." Goro growled, his pride stung. "Take me to this so-called king. I'll show him who the real ruler is." Rumi led Goro through the forest, past singing streams and fields of tulips. They arrived at the reflection pool, a magical spot where the water was so clear it mirrored the sky. The pool was surrounded by glowing mushrooms, soft moss, and flowers that only bloomed under moonlight. "There he is," Rumi said, pointing at the water. Goro looked down, and saw a lion staring back at him. The reflection's golden mane shimmered, its eyes fierce and proud. "Roar!" Goro bellowed at the reflection. The reflection roared back. Furious, Goro leaped into the pool, sending water splashing high into the air. He swiped and roared, but the other lion vanished into ripples. Goro thrashed about, soaking himself and scaring off the fish. At last, exhausted and confused, he climbed out and slunk back to his cave, muttering about the strange lion who dared challenge him. As soon as Goro was gone, the forest erupted in celebration. Birds sang, squirrels danced, and the deer twirled among the flowers. Rumi returned to the meadow, where he was greeted as a hero. "You did it, Rumi." Sia cheered. "We're free." Bora cried. But Rumi just smiled. "It wasn't strength that saved us," he said. "It was believing that even the smallest among us can make a big difference." From that day on, the Whispering Forest was at peace. The animals no longer feared the roar of a lion. Instead, they remembered Rumi's cleverness and courage. They built a tiny statue of Rumi near the reflection pool, where the sunlight danced on the water. It wasn't grand or shiny, but it reminded everyone that wit and kindness could outshine even the loudest roar. And so, little ones, the next time you feel small, remember Rumi the rabbit. He taught us that even the tiniest spark can light up the darkest night. Sleep tight, and may your dreams be filled with clever ideas and magical adventures.